everybody out this evening. I will call the meeting to order, seeing that it's 7:01. Before we get started, let's introduce everyone on this meeting. I'm Jonathan Nickerson. When I call your name, please confirm that you can hear me by verifying that you are present. Starting with the commissioners, Travis.
Present.
Mira.
Present.
And Bill is not present this evening. For staff, Leah.
I'm here.
Conservation agent, Jan.
Assistant
I'm sorry.
agent.
It's been a long day. Jan, are you present?
I'm here.
Perfect. I read this part before the part. This open meeting of the Conservation Commission is being conducted remotely via Zoom pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order, most recently extended on March 29th, 2023. Access information for the public has been provided on the town website. This meeting is being recorded. Please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. This is done on a phone by pressing *6. As chair, I will introduce each speaker on the agenda. Please note you will not have screen sharing privileges, but staff can display any visuals per your cue. During periods of public comment, participants must use the raise hand icon on the Zoom menu bar to indicate they would like to speak. This is done on a phone by pressing *9 and then *6 to unmute when you are called on. Participants who raise their hand will be recognized one at a time and promoted to speak. Finally, each vote taken will be conducted by a roll call vote. As a reminder, the commission is only concerned with state and town wetlands and stormwater regulations. Concerns outside this purview need to be addressed to the appropriate boards. For example, road conditions must be addressed with the select board and traffic concerns must be addressed with the planning board. So, do we have a time for the it's a public hearing, so it's...
We don't have a time because it's a continuation, so we can do it anytime.
So would you like to start that first, Leah, or would you like to go in and do meeting minutes and COC?
Either way, doesn't matter to me.
Could we try and do that stuff first?
the
the
action items?
Yeah.
Sure.
That way, if
All
I
right.
walk away, I don't miss something I can vote on.
Okay. So start with the meeting minutes. Do I have to read that in, Liam, or just...
Nope. Just kind of state the two dates that we're talking about and see if anybody has any comments.
It looks just like there was one. It was the April 1st, 2025 meeting minutes on the... Let me just make sure it's the same. Okay, so October 1st, 2024 and April 1st, 2025 meeting minutes. So, Travis, any questions, comments, anything on those two meetings?
Nothing for me.
Amira, any comments?
From me.
All right, I didn't have anything. Leah or Jan, anything to add on those?
Nope.
Okay, so do I have a motion on the meeting minutes?
I'll move to approve the meeting minutes for October 1st, 2024 and April 1st, 2025.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. I'll do a roll call vote. Amira?
Yes.
Travis?
Yes.
Also a yes. Meeting minutes pass. Leah, the request for COC.
Yep. So this is 31 George Hill Road. It was a single family house project. They're all done. They gave us an as-built plan. They met all their conditions. They had to wait through to the spring to be able to take their erosion control out, but that's all done now. So I'm recommending issuing a complete certificate of compliance.
Okay. So Travis, any questions, concerns on this one?
Nope, nothing for me.
Okay. Amira?
None from me either.
All right. Seems pretty straightforward. I don't have any questions or concerns. So do we have a motion to issue the COC for 31 George Hill Road?
So moved.
And a second.
Second that.
We have a motion and a second. I'll do a roll call vote. Amira?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm also a yes. The motion passes. All right. So now I will read in, unless Leah, we need to wait for any reason, I'll read in the
Nope,
sewer extension.
go for it.
Okay. Pursuant to the Massachusetts Wetlands Protection Act and the Grafton Wetlands Protection Bylaw, the Grafton Conservation Commission will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, May 20th, 2025 via Zoom to act upon a notice of intent and application for Grafton Wetlands Bylaw permit for the construction of a sewer line extension at 7 Beth Lee Drive, 42 McGill Drive, and 33R Bruce Street, Grafton, Mass. The application materials, meeting link, and access information will be posted to the town website. For more information, contact the Conservation Department. So,
As a reminder, I'm recusing myself or abstaining, so I'm gonna walk away since I'm in a butter.
understood.
Okay.
Thank you, Travis. All right. So, Leah, before we get in to, should we go to the applicant first, or would you like to make any of your comments first?
Let's have them go first.
Okay. So is there anyone here to speak for 7 Bethley, 33R Bruce, and 42 McGill?
Yes, Magdalena Lofstedt, CDM Smith, and Chad Kershaw, also of CDM Smith, are here.
All right. You have the floor, and Jan can share anything that you've sent to her.
Okay, do you want to go over we were asked last time, which was a month ago, to go out and take a look at the potential vernal pool to see if it was actually a functioning vernal pool. So I did that on April 29th. And so the way we do that is, let me share, I have a photo. Let me see if I can share this.
You won't be able to share it, but
Oh, I
if you
won't.
sent it, if
Oh,
you
I
sent
didn't. I didn't send anything. I'm sorry. So the vernal pool is as Ecotech identifies, it is flagged within the BVW as flags 126 to 1-33. So it is that area that I believe I mentioned at the previous meeting. If you want to point it out. So it's closer to the brook, so to speak, and there's like an upland area that separates the vernal pool from the stream. So I looked for breeding evidence of obligate and facultative vernal pool species. So obligates would be spotted salamander, wood frogs, fairy shrimp. Facultative would be spring peepers, most commonly spring peepers, great tree frog, American toad, or Fowler's toad. And I did not find any. I did find some green frogs. So based on my site visit, this year, it's not a functioning vernal pool. But again, like Ecotech mentions, we are about 50 feet from that vernal pool, and Ecotech suggested a time of the year restriction for the work, which I believe that we are willing to accept. So that's my summary of the vernal pool investigation.
Okay.
And I can provide a write-up for this. I did not submit one yet, but I'm happy to.
So Leah and Jan, I'm not sure what we're looking for there in terms of it's just something that can occur before construction commences and it coincides with any conditions that we might establish, or if you need that
So-
information before we can proceed.
I think we have what we need for now. I was gonna suggest a possible special condition that it be rechecked in the next vernal pool season and potentially certified if additional evidence is found, but right now they don't have enough to certify it. But I was gonna suggest a recheck in the next active season.
I think they're very happy to comply with that. I mean, it does meet the physical criteria. It does not have an inlet or an outlet, but the biological criteria, is missing. No egg masses, no larvae. I did not hear any chorusing. I heard chorusing on the other side of the road, but not within this pool.
Okay.
It's also very shallow. I mean, it's only about 3.5 inch. I think 7 inch was the greatest depth I recorded in the center of the pool. The pool is about 40 by 50 feet. So perhaps it's just a little too shallow.
Do you guys want to keep that as a condition, or do you not see a need?
I'm o-
Sorry, go ahead, Mira.
I was gonna say I'm okay with keeping that as a condition.
And just calling it a potential vernal pool, is that the intent, Leah?
Right, yeah, for now, yes.
Okay. I'm good with keeping it and then maybe doing a spot check on it, like you said, at the next season, next spring or whatever it is.
Okay.
So, okay. Anything else, Magdalena, you want to add to the presentation that you want to talk about that changed between last meeting and this meeting, or anything that came up? Or we can go to Leah and have her go through some special conditions potentially, if that's what we want to do next.
Yeah, I don't believe the commission had any other follow-up for us. Ecotech seemed to agree with the wetland delineation.
Okay.
They didn't have any corrections, right, Leah? And
Right,
so yeah, no, I don't believe I have anything else,
Okay.
but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Perfect. That'd be great. Leah, do you want to go through any special conditions or findings or special conditions?
sure. So just as a reminder, first, we will need a separate vote on their waiver request, to work within our 25-foot no disturb, just due to the proposed layout of the line. I am suggesting two findings. One, that this is a limited project per 310 CMR 10.533D, which is construction of underground public utilities. A second finding, that sewer projects are exempt from the requirements of the Riverfront Act per 310 CMR 10.586H. And then I have 7 special conditions. One, prior to commencement of work, the applicant shall provide a revised, finalized plan set showing the potential vernal pool identified in the peer review report dated 5/14/25. And the plan set shall also not contain the phrase "not for construction." And we would want that in both electronic and hard copy formats. 2, per the plans, the wetland restoration area shall be constructed as soon as possible after installation of the line. The area shall be restored with the removed, stockpiled, protected and hydrated wetland soils and planted with shrubs and a wetland seed mix. The area must achieve 75% vegetative cover over 2 growing seasons before the commission will sign off on it. And invasives are to be removed during that monitoring period. 3, the potential vernal pool shall be rechecked in the next active vernal pool season and potentially certified if applicable. 4, work within resource areas shall be conducted during dry or frozen conditions. 5, the commission's wetland scientist shall oversee construction to ensure that wetland grades are properly restored and plantings are done in accordance with the plans. 6, construction shall be limited to the period outside of the vernal pool season, which would be roughly July 2nd through March 20. And erosion control between any uplands and wetlands shall be modified to accommodate amphibian travel if it's in place during the active vernal pool season. And the last one, long-term maintenance of the easement shall be limited to annual mowing in the fall after October 1 to maintain the integrity of the system.
All right. To the applicant, any questions, concerns, comments on those conditions, or anything you want to talk to Leah about?
They sound okay to me. Chad, do you have any concerns with any of them from a construction standpoint?
No, nope. No concerns here. The vernal pool active season of March 21st to July 1st. That shouldn't be an issue based on our construction schedule and the timing of bidding this project.
Okay, sounds good. I'll go around the commission to Amira to see if she has any questions, comments, feedback.
I don't have any questions. I think all of the recommendations that Leah give make sense to me, and I think reading through the plans and the Ecotech report, I don't have any questions or issues with any of this.
Okay. Travis for the agenda is not participating because of his proximity, and he is abstaining. So he's stepped away. But for myself, I don't have any questions or comments. I'll open it up to the public. I don't know if there's anyone online right now, but if there are, I'll give a minute here, and maybe we can look to talk about the waiver. Leah, unless you want to have something else land in the middle here.
Nope, go for it.
All right. So with just Amira and myself, would Amira have to create the motion?
And then
And then-
you second it,
Okay,
even though you're chair. Yep.
got it. Okay. So do I have a motion to grant the waiver for work within the no disturb?
So moved.
Second, I'll do a roll call vote. Amira,
Yes.
I'm also a yes, the motion carries. Jan, have we seen anything from the public? I don't think there's anybody online right
No, nothing from the public.
now. Okay. So having no one on from the public, and hearing no concerns or questions, do I have a motion, or Leah, do you have anything else before we,
Nope, that's it.
okay. Having no other comments, do I have a motion to close the hearing and issue the order and permit with all of the findings and conditions as mentioned by Leah and the team for 7 Bethley Drive, 33R Bruce Street, and 42 McGill Drive for the sewer line extension?
So moved.
Second, I'll do a roll call vote. Amira?
Yes.
I'm also a yes, the motion carries. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions after the fact, please reach out to Leah and Jan.
Thank you very
Great.
much.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Yeah, have a nice evening.
Leah, anything else?
I think that's a record.
Yeah, that was quick.
One last motion.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second that.
A motion and a second. I'll do a roll call vote. Mira,
Yes.
Travis,
Yes.
I'm also a yes. Meeting is adjourned.